Hey everybody, CardBandit here today, and what I want to go over is a flourish for a move of mine called Solitude. Now, the name sort of doesn't necessarily suit this cut 100%, and that's because the name of the cut actually originated from an entirely different cut where I had one packet going around and around, and I really liked the opener, and I only kept the opener, and I sort of made it flow a bit better, and I came up with this cut. So, as a tribute to the original cut, which I can no longer remember how to do, I kept the name the same, called Solitude, and that's sort of where the name originated from. And I think it's a really interesting concept because you use the back of the thumb to break off a packet and sort of swing it around, as you saw in the performance. So that's sort of why I really like this cut. I think it flows well, and I just really hope you enjoyed the performance enough to learn it. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I guess a good place to start would be the opener, just because there's not a whole lot of prerequisites that I can think of that would work well with this cut, because I think it's a pretty standalone flourish, other than maybe the scissor cut, because you're going to have a packet or two packets in this position during the cut. So what you're going to do is you're going to have it in a straddle grip, or the deck in a straddle grip, and I like to hold it in a fairly high straddle grip, but it doesn't really matter, I don't think. And what you're going to do is you're going to come along the back of the deck and break it off with the top portion of your thumb. And what I mean by that is you're going to be breaking it off with this portion that's above the joint of the... So you're going to be breaking off with that part of the thumb and pressing against the index finger here. Then what you're going to do is you're going to grip the side of the deck with the thumb, and you're going to extend out the index finger, so that way you have room to bend your thumb and contact the front edge of the deck with the knuckle. And by the knuckle, I don't mean like the back part, I mean just the side part right here. So you break off a small packet with the side of the knuckle. I wouldn't say more than 5 cards. And you're going to re-grip this packet with your thumb. And that's the opener. So once you're in this position, what you're going to do is you're going to bring your thumb and your middle finger over top, and you're going to break off a small packet at the thumb right here. You're then going to rotate your wrist so that the short edge can contact the back of the thumb, and then you're going to pull your wrist back to get this packet to flip over. From here, what you're going to do is you're going to close the scissor cut, and as you're closing the scissor cut, you'll notice that the ring finger is contacting the long edge of this packet. You're going to close the scissor cut and use that ring finger to push that packet on top of the face-up packet. From this point, you're going to rotate your wrist a little bit so that the packet is in line with the main body of the deck. You're going to grip it with the thumb and the middle finger, and you're going to slide the face-up packet out. From here, you're just ready to do the closer. So from this position, what you're going to do in order to do the closer is you're going to bring out that face-up packet and rotate your wrist so that it flips over. You want to hold the packet loosely so that as you bring it over top, you can let gravity do the work and make that packet flip over the rest of the way. You're going to notice that your middle finger is actually on the bottom of this packet here, along with your index finger, and you grip that packet with the index finger and the middle finger. And then what you do is you let go with your thumb and your middle finger of the deck hand, of the overhead hand, to get that packet to fall on top. You're going to drag out this packet, turn your wrist so that the packet turns face up, slide it forward, bring it face down again by rotating your wrist back slightly. You're going to turn the packet so that it's vertical, holding it loosely with the thumb and the index finger and the middle finger. Hold it loosely. You're going to take your thumb along the back corner and push on the corner of the packet so that it starts to turn. And in order to get that turning motion all the way, you bring your index finger underneath your middle finger. So to sort of explain that, you push with your thumb and your index finger comes underneath as you rotate your wrist a little bit, and that'll get this packet to turn. and then you drop it on top of the deck. So that's pretty much the whole flourish. I'm going to do a couple slow-mo shots for you, and then I'm going to give you some performance tips. So just a quick couple tips. When you're starting the cut, you really don't want a big packet or anything like that, because you're going to run into the card sliding too much and making it look sloppy. So you just want to have a couple like small packets when you're doing the cut. So I would say 5 cards or so. Now when you're breaking off here, it's going to take a little practice in order to get a small packet, but that's just feeling out with the side of the knuckle, which is another reason I use the side, because it's easier to break off a smaller packet using the side of the knuckle instead of the back portion. Going through here, I like to do a little bit of a display just to add some motion to the cut before I get into breaking off the packet. Or you could break off the packet and then do the display. It's really all personal preference, but at this point I just like to do a little bit of a flare out to give the flourish some extra motion. I find it makes it flow a little bit nicer, and this is the portion where you need that like small packets come in handy, because as this packet slides along the face up one, sometimes the cards can be separated and it looks messy. Now I know I'm pretty sure I said in the tutorial you can hold it with your middle finger and the thumb, but the ring finger and the thumb I think works just as well, if not better. So one or the other. The ring finger will just give you a little bit of extra breathing room, so when you grip the packet, it's going to be a little bit easier. However, if you use the middle finger, when you turn this packet over and slide it on top of the deck, because you're closer to the front edge, it looks a little bit cleaner when you slide them, because there's less separation of the cards usually. So it's all personal preference at that point where you want to hold the packet. So on the last move, you could just turn it over using your wrist, but I find that really awkward. So that's why I go through the motions of pushing on it with thumb at the same time extending the middle finger over top of the index finger. Because you have less motion of the hand, it's less awkward here, and it just makes it look smoother because it looks like the packet's rotating more on its own. Alright everybody, so that was the tutorial for my move called Solitude. I hope it wasn't too long. I haven't looked at the time and started editing it or anything like that. But I just wanted to say I really hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I tried to make it pretty thorough just so everyone can get the gist of the flourish and all the little nicks and knacks of the handling and whatnot, but other than that, I just really hope you enjoyed the flourish. I really appreciate all the support on my channel. You guys are fantastic. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a great day. I'll catch you later.